So I've been off the radar for a few days or even a couple of weeks at this point. So I think it's time for a catch up. Roll credits. So, where am I up to on the ongoing builds? Okay, the Heikel Zwilling, which was the subscriber pick build, is, as you can see, nicely on its way to getting finished. Need to put the undercarriage on. It looks like it's sitting on its undercarriage, but it's actually sitting on these drop tanks, and the undercarriage isn't quite on, so I need to get that on. Then I think we're ready for decals and finish. The other ongoing build, which has actually been only seen on live streams, is this. I can find the box, just bear with me. Airfix. Yeah, it's reflecting the lights. Eurofighter Typhoon FGR4 starter set. But however, I would say if you can look at this, you can see I've had to put a bit of filler in places, etc. I'd say it's a little bit more advanced than a straight starter set. Comes with a very cool stand, and as I say, this has only been seen on live streams. I'm still debating whether to have it undercarriage up or down. With it being on a stand, I could have the undercarriage up, but if I put the undercarriage down, I could display it sitting on the ground. So I'm not too sure about that. Now, where have I been? I've actually been to the Lake District for a week, and when I came back, had some DIY stuff I really needed to catch up with, and we had a great time. Here's a photo of Lake Windermere. Early morning, lovely sunshine, and we spent that day on a boat going up and down Lake Windermere, and a trip on this steam train that connects to Haverfreight station, which was a good day out. So in the week before I went, I did actually make some purchases, but they've just completely not been seen at all. The first one is a tub of this stuff, which I'm looking forward to using. As you can see, it's not even out of the packet. Yeah, I used to use blue tack, sort of blue tack sausages, but this stuff looks like it's a whole lot better than that. So I've got a kit I'm going to use with it that's pretty much ready for painting. So once I get some of these ongoing builds boxed off, I'll probably get right onto that. Now, as I mentioned, I was up in the Lake District. One of the places we went was Keswick, and up in Keswick there is, in fact, it's a toy shop that sells models, has a section of Revel, Italiera, no Airfix though, but and Tamiya. So I grabbed this, which is probably my Schiffer's lights. Point it in your face, and you can see the box, which is my all-time favourite tank. I've got at least 2, possibly 3 1/72 kits of the Churchill, and now I've got a big old kit, which I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's just absolutely started hammering it down on the window. It is an absolute rainstorm out there. Right, on to my next purchases, and these are a couple of books, and here they are. I got these probably a week before, well, 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe even 4 at this point. The Spitfire and then the Hurricane, and these are, as if you don't know, as you can maybe tell by the artwork and the name right across, these are basically companions to the 1/24 scale Airfix kits. Now the Spitfire, I've got one I've built and I'm restoring, and one unbuilt, completely unbuilt. It's in a box. It's a 1976 box, so it's got this same artwork. I've got one Hurricane 1/24 scale kit, unbuilt. Again, it's this artwork. It's a later release. I'm not too sure if it was if it's a vintage classic. I think it just was released right before the vintage classics became a thing. Although I may be forgetting how long I've had that. Maybe 6 or 7 years. Anyway, enough nonsense. But I'm pretty chuffed about the Hurricane, because if you, as you can see, it's this one's been dulled over time. Faded. I want to call it faded, but obviously it's not. But it's gone yellow. It's yellowed over time. As you can see, the Hurricane one. This is. I'd almost say this is pristine. So pop it open, and I'm not going into too much detail. I might actually make a video on these books, but you can see it's got the history of the Spitfire and the building of the 1/24 scale, plus plans for conversions. Pretty much, you know, real old school modelling. I mean, look at this. I just spotted that. So you got these figures. That is a Scalextric 1/24 racing driver converted to a part. No, it's not. It is a 1/24 scale. I should read this before I start it. That's a racing driver from Scalextric in 1/24 scale, and it says it would make a very easy conversion to a pre-war pilot, off-duty WAF from an MPC Gangbuster car kit figure. This is how he did it back in the day. With photos of the real aircraft. This shows you how to turn your Mark 1 into a very early Mark 1. 5, yep, turn it into a Mark 5 with plans, drawings, you name it. Before the internet, see, this is what I'm talking about, look. Before the internet, they'd have you make a Mark 5 spinner out of the Mark 1 spinner by plastic card, plastic padding. I don't even know if you can get that. It was a thing for repairing cars. But yeah, let's I mean, look at this stuff. It's a gold mine, I'll be honest with you, to say, given its age as well, you wouldn't easily get your hands on this sort of reference material back in the early 70s. I believe the Spitfire kit was released in 71, with the Hurricane coming 72, possibly 73. Let's just pop through here. There you go. Detailing your Airfix Hurricane. Adding plumbing to the engine. All the interior photos of the engine bay, the cockpit. Brilliant stuff. And very nice collectibles I've actually got as well, but this is a few years old now. This is the first one I bought, the Stuka. Same again, it shows you how to convert your standard Stuka 124 kit into an A1 or A model, should I say. Detail pictures again, firewall, added detail, plunge moulding for a different canopy, for the A canopy. Yeah, you had your work cut out to make a conversion, but this showed you pretty much how to go about it. Great stuff. Now then, I've left my last purchase till last, and it's something pretty interested, excited about, and it's this. Now, what, 2 weeks ago, Galera had a sale. They were selling stuff for discounted prices, and there were a lot of channels that had codes as well for a little bit more of a discount. Now, I picked up this Mobius here via the discount code from Captain VFC's channel, so thank you very much for that. I paid a nice price for it. My other Gallery, the GAD 39, there's nothing wrong with it. There's no reason I wanted to replace it. It's great, love it. But at the price they were offering this out, I thought, well, why not? Let's get myself another Gallery airbrush, basically. And this is the sort of thing I do like about Gallery, is you'll get a little packet with all your O-rings and seals, the Mobius itself, which as well, which is something I like, comes with a quick release as in with the airbrush, which saves me having to buy one, because my other airbrushes, I have got a quick release set up, but I had to buy these things to put onto the airbrushes originally. But the Galleries, you've already got it, you're good to go. I've just sort of, have a look at it. I've not really had a look at this myself, if I'm going to be brutally honest. And that feels nice. And I'll probably make it a full video. And it's at this point I noticed that I'd hit some sound issues, so I'm doing a little bit of an overdub. There we go. Put the Mobius away. Put it back in its box. You don't want to be using that now, Phil. And what's going to happen next? Because I'm struggling to remember what I filmed. And hopefully I'm using the same microphone, so hopefully this is coming through. Okay, the 124 Focke-Wulf 190. I'm planning to crack on with this kit as soon as I've got a bit of clear space. I'm pointing at it, then I'm pointing at. I done some work on the cockpit and other bits and bobs, and I think it's ripe for a full finish. So that's nicely done and dusted. That's going to be a future project. If you'd like to see that, it will be on the channel at some point, probably sooner than later. And oh, okay, so this is a Halifax, Airfix Halifax, that used a dusty one, yes, and it used to hang. I built this in 1991, and it used to hang on my bedroom ceiling back at my mum's. When I moved house, they said, "Hooray, he's gone." No, they didn't. Well, yeah, they did. So what I've done with this is I stripped it down with oven cleaner, got all the old paint off, and it it affected the glove, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So I could pull it apart without breaking anything, then put it back together. Now, the fun part is I can now repaint it. However, what about decals? Well, and as you can see, it is the original black plastic version, so it shows you how old it is. They re-released this sometime in the 2008 2009 roundabouts, and that version did come with 2 decal schemes. So one of those decal schemes is going to be applied to this aircraft, and then I've still got a full decal scheme for the one that's unbuilt sitting in the stash behind me. So on that note, I think I'm going to cut this video off, wrap it up, because it's giving me all sorts of problems. I'm possibly just hit an audio problem again, I don't know, looking at that soundbar. So I'm going to cut this off here, and if you'd like to see this, if I am still making noises, yeah, this will be featured on the channel. I'm going to use the elastic putty for the top camouflage, which is something I'm looking forward to doing. Might even use the new gallery on that one. So if you've liked what you've seen, give me a like and a subscribe. I want to go forward with the channel. I'm nibbling at 900 subscribers. I'd like to get across that line and then head on to 1,000 subscribers, which would be fantastic. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I would like to monetize this channel at some point, and it can pay for all the lovely kits I'm buying and the equipment and stuff like that. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.